In this chapter, we'll talk about brains. Brains. Comedian Emo Phillips has said, "I used to think the human brain was the most fascinating part of the body, but then I realized what was making me think that." Now, even though it's our brains telling us how cool our brains are, I still want you to take a moment and think about how freaking amazing your brain is. So picture yourself on the edge of a street that you want to cross. You're watching the cars drive by, and when it's safe, you cross the street. But think about what your brain did in just those few seconds. You looked both ways, you saw cars down the road, and in milliseconds, you made an assessment how fast they were going, how far away they were. You analyzed the distance that you had to cross, your relative speed, and you decided whether your walking speed would get you across the street before the approaching car, whose speed you assessed in literally milliseconds, would reach you. And walking is also a highly coordinated action. Which leg goes when, and where are your arms going, and what is the angle and degree of muscle contraction. And you also took into consideration whether it was rainy or icy, if you were wearing heels or slippery shoes, and how that might affect your speed in crossing the road. And this was literally a life and death analysis that your brain made, and you didn't give it a thought. And meanwhile, your brain was coordinating your heart rate and your breathing, hormone secretion, digestion, metabolism, and everything else. So pause for a moment to appreciate your magnificent brain, which comes as standard equipment pre-installed. I like the words of biologist Lyle Watson, who said, "If the brain were so simple that we could understand it, we would be so simple that we couldn't." And one more quote, let's end with the wise words of Steve Martin from the movie The Man with Two Brains. "When I saw how slimy the brain was, I knew it was what I wanted to do for the rest of my life."